Hey Quadros, what's going on guys? Welcome back here to another Quadro Quickie. This time we're going to be talking about the Gunner class, one of my favorite classes in Enlisted. This class just has so much firepower to it. You can do so much damage in such a short amount of time. I don't think there's very many things more satisfying than, like you see here, going prone and just annihilating entire just squads and squads of troops. Like, I think I got like 15 kills here, 10 kills plus in the span of like 20 seconds or 15 seconds or something like that. So this is one of my favorite squads. I love it. I love the class. So let's get right into the equipment, and then we'll go into some tips and tricks for the class itself. All right, guys, so first things first, let's talk about the guns themselves. I kind of lump LMGs into two distinct, well, not really distinct, but two broad categories, and that they are the large SMGs, as I call them, and then your more traditional LMGs. So like a BAR is more of like a large SMG to me. You can see it has a really low reload time at 2.5 seconds, and then a 20-round magazine, as opposed to like the Bren. The Bren's kind of a hybrid. It's got that low reload time, but then it's got a little bit bigger of a magazine. But if we come over here and we look at the German guns, like the MG34, we can see 5.5-second reload time. The MG42, 6.5 seconds plus. So you can't really like breach into a building with an MG42, or at least you can't as effectively as you could with, say, a Breda, which has a lower reload time at 3.5 seconds. It's just, you know, it's not like a hard fast rule that you can't do it, but generally speaking, I think an MG42 is going to be a little bit better sitting in the back of the map braced and holding down a position, as opposed to a Breda, which I think is going to be a lot better, you know, being a little bit more aggressive with. But again, that's not to say that you can't be aggressive with an MG42, and it's not to say that you can't be passive with a Breda Mod 30, or Browning for that matter, right? It's just kind of a general rule of thumb, a guide to playing, and that's kind of how I think about it. But again, it's not a hard, fast rule. It's more of just a guide, is how I think about it. Now, as for the equipment, guys, you always want to be trying to bring large ammo pouches for your gunners. You're going to run out of ammo so fast on these gunners whenever you are really learning how to play it, because you're just going to burn through ammo. That's what they're for, right? They're for slinging rounds down range. They're for just unloading entire magazines. So bringing double the ammunition with these large ammo pouches is a great thing, and something you should really be doing for all of your different LMGs as soon as you have unlocked the large ammo pouches. Bringing some small ammo pouches is pretty fine as well if you don't have the bronze orders, or you just haven't unlocked the large ammo pouches yet. As for grenades, a Mark II grenade's fine, just a normal grenades, an explosion pack, whatever, med kits. These don't matter as much. You're really not going to be attacking or really like close enough to throw grenades and get a ton of kills with these things. Leave those more to your assault teams. And then a sidearm, whatever, sure, why not? Maybe more important on the bigger LMGs that have the longer reload times or something like that. Now, as for perks, guys, let's take a look. Best perks, of course, sprint speed's always good, whatever. For the green perks, though, other than that, med pack usage, standard stuff, I think that 150% speed of changing pose can be really useful on these soldiers, just because of the fact that, you'll need to crouch and go prone more often than not because of the recoil on these weapons. So you should be going prone and crouching when you're firing anyway, but especially on gunners, it's useful. For the red perks, of course, again, vitality, no shit. But other than that, I think the 50% effect of a reduction effect of head shaking from explosions is also really useful, because it's just so hard to aim with these things, and whenever you are concussed, you're just really vulnerable. And when you need to be defending a position with a big LMG, getting concussed, and with how prominent indirect fire is right now, I think it's really useful. But it's these yellow perks that you really want to be looking for. You can see the gunners get a lot of weapon handling. You can see they just get a flat +3. So down here, you want to be picking these perks up. Of course, I shouldn't have to explain why reduced recoil is going to be really useful. Horizontal is normally better than vertical, because vertical you can always just pull down on your mouse or your thumbstick. And then, guys, reload speed, like I've picked up here, is also incredibly useful on your LMGs, because you need to be reloading your gun, and reloading it faster is very useful. Now, finally, guys, let's talk about the squad setups themselves. I think that, of course, bringing as many gunners as possible is important. Then if you are more of an assault team, I think bringing a bomber, if you want to play more aggressively, like with the BAR, I think a bomber is going to be more useful to you than a sniper. But, that's kind of a personal preference thing. I think either way, you can succeed there. And then I think bringing an engineer is better than bringing a radio operator, but you kind of get the choice of both. So I think bring an engineer and radio operator. But really, you want to bring the engineer specifically because you want to build some ammo boxes for your gunners if you do end up running out of ammo, which can be really, really useful for refilling your ammo reserves. Now, guys, let's jump in game and let's talk about some tips and tricks for using these in game and how you should be playing. Now, before you do anything else, guys, you need to make sure that you're setting yourself up in a stable firing position, whether it's braced or crouched or prone or whatever. If you're just standing and trying to move and shoot with these LMGs, it's just not going to work out for you. So make sure you're proned or you're crouched, or the best thing is to brace yourself in a window or something like that where you're hard to hit. You know, you blend in with the background or something like that, and you're going to be able to just mow down enemies like it's nothing. And really, the biggest problem that you're going to have is running out of ammo. And in the event that you do run out of ammo in the game, as long as you have at least one other trooper remaining and you have less than 10 bullets, you can always bring up the little radial menu. You're going to see me do it here with the Brin gun. You know, pull up the little thing there. You can see request ammo, and he's going to give me a nice fresh magazine of 30 rounds. This can be really, really useful if you're trying to desperately hold a position and you're running out of ammo. It's great to do, but remember, you have to be below 10 bullets, and I think it's like a 10-second cooldown or maybe 20 seconds, something like that. But you can always request that ammo as well. Next up, guys, is just finding a good position. This is something that takes a lot of time and experience, and also a lot of adaptability, because not every game is going to be the same, right? Sometimes you're going to have players that really like attacking the B objective like they do on this map. But sometimes you're going to have players that just really want to stick over at A and C rather than attacking B. Maybe enemies are going to be attacking from the left side versus the right side. It really matters, and you're going to have to figure out where is the best position to set up. And once you find that position, you're also going to have to recognize that enemies are going to try to kill you. If you wipe out a dude's entire squad, he's going to get pissed off, and he's going to try to come over and finish you off. So just be aware of that, and be aware that you're going to bring a lot of heat down on yourself just by the nature of being a really dominant, gunner in a strong position. Just be aware that, you might need to swap it up every once in a while, change your position to not get, killed. And finally, guys, don't be afraid to just spray into bushes, spray into the distance or something like that. Like you can see here, I'm just seeing a little bit of movement and I'm just firing kind of blindly, but I'm getting a bunch of kills because a lot of the times enemies are just running in really predictable ways, and your guns hit so hard that just spraying is going to be more than enough to get kills a lot of the time. So again, just with how much ammo you have, and if you have an engineer with an ammo box nearby, or you got a buddy that built you an ammo box, you can totally afford to just spray, right? You don't need to be super accurate with all of your shots because you have so much ammo, and all you need to do is land that one shot. And one final tip for you guys, you can see here, if you're getting shot at, I'm kind of moving my camera to the right there. I'm aiming to my right. And honestly, I'm not entirely sure how effective this actually is. This was an old thing that a lot of us used to do in like Rising Storm 2, and we do it in Hell Let Loose and stuff like that. Basically, you're moving your camera model, and your head model, your character, to the side to where enemies can't actually hit you. They can only see your gun sitting there. And again, I don't know how effective this actually is because I've never seen other players doing this. This is just an old habit from Red Orchestra 2. So you Red Orchestra 2 veterans out there, you guys might know about this, or Squad. A lot of the Squad veterans probably know about this. So it's just kind of a little nifty thing that you can do to avoid getting shot if you're getting fired at a lot. It could be really, really helpful when you're braced down. You can also look up to make your character model a little bit lower, doing things like that. But that's it, guys. Those are all my tips for using this class. The Gunner class, like I said, is really, really powerful, but you need to use it correctly. You need to put yourself in a good position to make sure that you're not going to get flanked out, or you're not going to get, executed or murdered, because people will get very, very upset with the fact that you're running around with a machine gun killing their entire squads. So again, guys, if you guys liked the video, please remember as always to like, comment, and subscribe. I do appreciate it. It does help me out. And also come follow me over at twitch.tv/HeyQuadro. I'm really pushing for Twitch partner here, guys, so I can make this my career. I can make a living off making these awesome YouTube videos for you guys. So follow me over there and come lurking and hanging out and chilling in Twitch. Really, really helps me out. And I would appreciate it. And finally, guys, you can always join our community Discord. The link for that is down below in the description. And I'd love to have you guys over there if you're looking for people to play with in Enlisted. That's a great community and a great place to come and hang out. But without anything else, guys, have a great one, and I'll see you guys next time.